Back in Burbank now at 44 minutes past the hour, and folks who are fans of James Bond movies will be able to double their pleasure in a few months when Sean Connery returns in the role he made famous, and Roger Moore in a separate film continues his efforts to play 007. Jim Brown, our man in Hollywood, joins us now to talk about that. Jim?
Good morning, Bryant. Well, I don't know whether you're a fan of Sean Connery or Roger Moore, but you're going to have the choice this summer to pick either one, because since last fall, Moore and Connery have been shooting new James Bond movies around the world. And at one point, both were filming in London, where I caught up with them.
927, take 1A camera.
This is Roger Moore at work at Pinewood Studios near London in the latest James Bond movie adventure titled Octopussy, the sixth film in which Moore has put on 007's white tux since Sean Connery quit the role over a decade ago.
Hand roll. New script, test 4, brackets 1, take 4. Background action, action shot.
But at this very moment, about 30 miles north of London, another movie company is making a James Bond film with another actor. Does Moore know there are two 007s at work?
Are there? Well,
would you like me to tell you about the other one?
Yeah, well, is there really another one?
Yes, yes, there's a chap trying to get started up there.
First I'd heard about that. That's amazing.
Well, it's not only amazing, it's amusing, because the competition is none other than Sean Connery returning as James Bond in Never Say Never Again. This film is based on the original story for Thunderball, a Bond adventure that Connery starred in back in 1965, and the one Ian Fleming story that does not belong to Cubby Broccoli, who produced all the other Bond films. It was 20 years ago in Dr. No that moviegoers got their first look at the young Scotsman as 007, and who in 6 more films over the next decade was to become for many the James Bond.
How did it happen? I think they were on their way to a funeral.
Are you amused by the fact that at this point you and Roger are shooting Bond films simultaneously?
Yeah, I bumped into him actually. He was staying in Arlington House here in London with where our director is Kirshner, and the producer then was, and I was working with the director on the script, and one morning I came and bumped into Roger in the street, and we talked, and it was just, he'd just started, and the conversation was very brief, and he was with his son, and he said, where are you? I said, I'm just going off to location, and I remember it was somewhere, some dreadful town just on the outskirts of London, and he said, where are you going? And I said, the south of France. He said, very nice. He said, and then where are you going? And I said, I'm going to Nassau, the Bahamas. He said, oh yes. I said, where are you going? He said, India. And then I said, oh, well, that's nice. Well, I'll see you back in London, I suppose.
Are you surprised to find yourself back here, meaning playing James Bond?
Yes, I am in some ways. I mean, having said, you know, never again, as it were, when I was approached by Kevin McClory, he had the rights after 10 years to remake the Thunderball. It was then that all the lawyers came out of the woodwork, and the legal ramifications became far too complex, and I've had enough of these over the last few years, that I chose not to proceed. And out of the blue, Jack Schwartzman approached me with a view to doing this one, and I said, well, 2 conditions. One is that it is totally clean and I have no more dealings with lawyers, as it were, although he happens to be a lawyer, and I have total indemnification from yourself. And he provided both of these clauses, and here we are, sitting in beautiful fire and Christmas card weather outside here in London.
But James Bond and Sean Connery are not the James Bond and Sean Connery of 10 years ago, 10-plus years ago.
Yeah, that's for sure. But he might be a bit smarter. I'd like to think I am.
You have had to put the hairpiece back on for this film. It's not something you
enjoy, I know.
No, but it's only during the working day, and which has gone into the night too frequently, I'm afraid. But, well, I've stuck it on for a few other pictures, too, actually.
Is this the last James Bond you're going to do? I think that's been asked before.
Yeah, I would say almost certainly, yeah. Because, well, it's 1983 before it comes out, and I'm going to take a slow boat to China. Have for me a genuine break.
We're going to continue our series the rest of the week, Tuesday and Wednesday, talking more with Sean Connery, and then on Thursday and Friday with Roger Moore.
They expressed a bit of amusement. Do they really like or dislike each other?
I think that, oh no, they like each other very much. They are very good friends.
Oh.
And they are quite amused by this.
And you just surprised me, and I'm sure you're going to surprise a lot of others out there, I guess because we have so long been accustomed to Sean Connery. But Roger Moore is older than Sean Connery?
Roger Moore is about a year older, yes.
I'm amazed. Jim Brown, thanks. Up next.